that.
Let's go guys, game kedua
I
ya.
would definitely say that Kalea as well as Yves would want to be
Antara Onic
very
melawan
cautious in the middle
Falcons
lane.
Mena.
And in an entire team fight scenario, just going in from team fights itself is so easy to go with the unstoppable force, considering that it's a point-click ability.
I do feel like Team Falcons Mena are gonna struggle a bit with the lack of damage though, because they do have Boro on this Jawhead who can use the passive of the Jawhead and get like extra 10% damage. It's like a free focusing mark. But who is exactly gonna seal the deal here and get the kills? Is it the Moskov? Right? Is it the Tsushin? These are all heroes that don't really do a lot of burst damage. So the concern is they're gonna go for someone, take too long to get the kill secured, and Onic can strike back because again they have so much mobility and they have good ways to chase down and have area control. But look at Ryota, forced to flicker already very early on.
I would agree with you when the mid game happens. I would bank a lot of the fact that the smart missiles would do most of the damage, and hoping that Leave Me will come in time with the Tempest of Blades in order to seal the deal. May not be an executioner, but at least he does have the mobility to follow up with most of these engagements. And because whenever you see Leave Me on the wall, I think it's relatively fair to say that Team Falcons Mena would want to look out for an opportunity for a battle.
That's a fair assumption for sure. So with that being said, with the fact that you already highlighted now, once this turtle spawns, that's where I think Onic at least will be looking to try and make a move. Right now, they're just playing it relatively safe. You can see the positioning for scouting from Onic, but look at this, Tempest of Blades.
I'm not too sure if whether that was entirely necessary. So now there is no Tempest of Blades for the upcoming turtle, which is going to be spawning at the bottom side. So this is actually going to be a pretty free turtle for Kairi. I think that was an ill-timed Tempest of Blades with no dividend up in the top. So it's really unfortunate. Perhaps they're gonna have to understand the timing a little bit more, but in the meantime, Kiboy goes down to the hands of Sensei. So it is a 1-for-1 trade. It is a mid laner that, it is a roamer that went down, but unfortunately Boro gets traded out too. And Koba might potentially go down? No, okay. It just required one more hit for the proc.
That was close, man, but you spoke too soon. Onic strike back immediately. Sans on the Yves. He's known for these crazy picks where he has to go in aggressively, like the Tsushin, like the Kaditas, you know, but on these high ground mages, like the Farsa, like the Yves, he's actually very good because his knowledge on positioning and his ability to read the opponent's movements comes in very handy in those situations. But Onic, they're starting to get some ground here. Even these Lithos are actually falling to the hands of Onic. And Team Falcons Mena, even when they go for some of these plays, some of these attempts on the side lanes, most of it has been kind of denied by Onic. So, funny enough, both teams need to wait for the mid game to execute their plans. Team Falcons with the macro play, potentially with the Moskov and the Ling. And for Onic, there's some more damage there for them to actually find a lot more of these pickoffs.
And that is going to be unstoppable force as well as a force ejector, but Kiboy gets himself away with a tsunami slam. Leave Me completely misses the Tempest of Blades just because of the massive amount of mobility that Kiboy has built for himself. He stayed alive throughout the entire onslaught from Leave Me. He's got a good amount of HP to work with and gave the kill over to Kairi even.
Oh, look at Sans though. Is it done?
Oh,
he flickers out.
Ooh!
Timing on that. The moves, man, the reflexes. Gila Sans gets out. But yeah, Onic doing great right there. Kiboy abusing the passive. That's the benefit of regeneration, man. That's why the Gatots, the high losses are just so annoying to deal with. 120 HP plus 10% max HP. That is what Kiboy had at his disposal. That's why the Kalea is so deceptive when it comes to those like 1v1 duels.
Damn, oh damn. With the current turtle available for the picking, Onic has got the control of and the priority of the turtle. Team Falcons Mena, at this point in time, all of them have got their ultimates except for Sensei. Not a big of a deal, never mind, he got it back already. If they want to go for the battle, they can technically go for it, as now Orange Bob is going to be the one that will be under threat. Savero takes that kill just so easily. Ryota doesn't seem like he will be able to get a full stacks down onto Sensei, but his main job is to push him away. But the rest of the fight is just going to be continuing on. Kiboy does not have got a tsunami slam, but never mind because Gila Sans and Boro get himself a pretty beautiful chessboard right down to the Boro, as well as Koba. 2 kills in favor for Onic.
Beautiful dive, man, using the range and using Kiboy, you know, tanking the aggro and then just standing there menacingly as he allows Kairi to secure the kill there. Team Falcons Mena, especially when their frontliners aren't really all that mobile, they gotta be careful here. 1v1 by Savero though.
Oh no, I don't think the Savero go down at all. Look at the damage. Oy! Just a tad little bit more. Just a tad little bit more.
Savero not greeting for it. Has the flicker available, but decides that he might need it later on. It's fine. He'll let Orange Bob 25 survive for another day. But this is what we're talking about, man. The mid game is so dangerous, and there's so much peak potential with the Karrie true damage burst. Team Falcons Mena has to be careful when you're sending out Boro or Orange Bob, because if they get hit by a single crowd control tool, they're done for. Savero can chase them down for so far, and it's a done deal.
This is the mid game that we are talking about. The lack of damage is gonna be very evident, as you can probably see right now, as we do have got a pretty good tsunami slam that just costed Boro right into the heart of the battle, while Orange Bob 25 is not gonna stay alive from the grasp of Sans. Leave Me joins in the fray, no damage at all, not able to do anything, and does not even have the opportunity to Tempest plate it up. While up to the top lane, look at Kairi! A lot of damage from all of these dashes, but he might want to look for a small little opportunity. No. Let's Leave Me go back home while he looks for another angle of attack onto Koba!
Oh man, Team Falcons Mena aren't moving together as a team. Koba went there to try and defend the turret 1v3, it seems, with the Spear of Destruction. Maybe he thought that Onic wouldn't be doing as much damage, but man, he got blown up immediately, man. That is not how you want this mid game to go. 7 minutes in, already at a 6,000 gold advantage. If Team Falcons Mena fall behind too far, they won't be able to have that pressure on the side lanes because they can't win the 1v1s. Look at Leave Me, questioning whether or not he can go 1v1 against Savero, and it's only at 7 minutes. This is where the assassins are supposed to actually gain some traction.
Unfortunately, time and time again, Leave Me has not been able to find all these angles to jump over the back lines. And let's be honest here, we don't actually have a lot of angles, and he doesn't have a lot of targets, right? Most of the time, you want to look at a Karrie. You want to look at a Yve as well. But unfortunately, the Yve already has got himself a pretty big item, okay? So having the Bloodwings is not gonna put him in a difficult spot against the Ling at all. Not at all. So Leave Me now, 0 assassination attempt because he can't do that at all. He needs the farm.
And speaking about farm, man, he just lost his purple buff because Onic has all the control there. At the single moment Team Falcons Mena move together to try and even get some vision, immediately the pull-out comes through. Boro almost gets taken out, and they're going to be forced to retreat from their own turrets, man. The range and damage potential of Onic is effectively zoning Team Falcons Mena. And if they go for the all-in, Onic is saving all of those big AoE tools for the moment that matters. So Onic are just playing reactively, and Team Falcons Mena have no answer, but they might get a turret on the top side right here. So using that split push, this is what they need to be doing more.
Baby steps. But speaking of baby steps, it is one step backwards with Boro trying to take themselves a little bit more control in their own southern jungle, only to have a death onto the side of Boro.
At this point, man, I think Sans already is sitting on a wishing lantern, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he does have the wishing lantern already.
Bro, the front line is just non-existent. Savero just finished the Marksman Trinity as well. So anyone right now who gets slowed, they have to get left behind. So Team Falcons Mena, either they go in together as 5 or they sacrifice someone just to get information, not even to get anything of value. And because of that, they can't contest and only get this free lord, and they still have the better siege on paper.
Now, at least Leave Me is still looking for sideline objectives with all of these split pushes.
Oh man.
Top lane T2 did manage to... Wait, that was just like less than 1 second. He didn't have... He lost more than half HP already?
That's like 2 passive procs, dude. That's the Karrie power spike. Orange Bob though.
Oh, the freeze break just gonna be landed right on top of Ryota, but throughout he ate the entire thing, man. He ate the entire thing. But in the meantime, we're just gonna be looking at Leave Me. Huh?
Yeah, well, Leave Me, I guess says Leave Me, and he got left right there. He got his purple buff, by the way, but then he stuck around to try and get the kill onto Ryota. And now he won't be around for the defense. 16 seconds before he's up. Onic They can go for an end angle, dude. They are that far ahead. 10k.
Yep, that is going to be a spinning trident from the side of the Lord, trying to bring down the T1 right now. Ryota does not have a lot of HP to work with, so that is going to be one of the front lines that is already more or less not in the game. But there is still Kiboy though. The Tsunami Slam is still available. Anyone from the side of Falcons Mena that overextends is and will be pulled right in. But they're going to play it safe, even for Onic Indonesia themselves.
And Team Falcons has to be even more careful because just earlier, like maybe a minute ago, we saw that Kiboy has picked up a fleeting time. So he wants to go for these pickups again and again, dude. He wants to be active, and it's going to be on such a low cooldown that Team Falcons Mena can't really predict it.
And RWM catching on the 2-person, and Kiboy got some pretty nice knockup. So that right now, Sensei as well as Koba is not going to be available for this upcoming fight, allowing Onic Indonesia to have a pretty good time to bring down the T3 up in the top lane. Leave me joins in the frame for a tad a little bit. Use the Tempest of Blades for defensive matches, and now wait, no, don't go for it, Team Falcons Mena, don't go for it. You need to fall back. Whew.
Look at the kite potential, dude. That is ridiculous. Team Falcons Mena use the conceal, use everything to try and get something, to try and punish Onic for overextending without Ryota after he gets taken out. But look at what happens, man. They get chunked out of the conceal by Sans. They get slowed. Kairi dashes away. They just can't get any easy catches at all, man. That's where Boro and Orange Bob are supposed to kind of play a role. But now because they have no control, it's just way too difficult. And looking at the disparity in gold, Koba is not at the Marksman Trinity, and Savero has already secured the Malefic Gun. If you thought that it was going to be tough to catch Savero before, it is just going to be infinitely worse right now.
Oh, man. It's almost full slaughtered. But in the meantime, in the southern jungle, Boro almost got away. But it is going to be the projectiles that will be chasing him to the ends of the earth. Orange Bomb 25 is going to be the next person onto the chopping block. While Koba, very good speed of destruction, just so that he will be able to run in the opposite side. Buys a little bit time, but he still went down in the end, leaving Leave Me as the last member remaining. He tries to proxy in the middle lane, but unfortunately, he leaks out one single unit. And that one single unit, that melee unit, will help Onic to end the game.
And that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a dominating performance.
Kita lanjut ke
We all
match
saw it
selanjutnya ya.
coming, but again,